Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Elizabeth. I make mom and lifestyle videos, so if you enjoy that kind of content, make sure you subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and click the bell notification so you don't miss any future videos. I'm mom to a toddler Dominic and this baby Elena, who's just turned 3 months old. Today I'll be giving our 3-month updates, how Elena's been doing, and how I've been doing 3 months postpartum. I'll start with Elena and what's been new with her. As far as her weight, she's about 10 pounds now, maybe a little bit over. I don't have a baby scale, but I just step on the bathroom scale with her and without, and then figure out the difference, and that's about how much she weighs. Definitely on the smaller side, but she's been gaining weight well, and she doesn't seem like she's hungry or anything. She is currently in 3-month clothes. As far as her hair, she very much has the baby receding hairline, which is kind of funny, and she's starting to get a little bit of a bald spot on the back of her head, which is totally normal for babies this age. That's just from their head rubbing against the bassinet and the car seat. I don't think it's quite as bad as Dominic's was. I think her hair might be a little bit thicker. It'll be interesting to see when her newborn baby hair falls out and she grows in her toddler hair, what that will look like. With Dominic's, his was a few shades lighter than his birth hair. His hair was about the same color as hers when he was born, but she has darker eyes. He was born with blue eyes and still has blue eyes. Hers are kind of a dark brown, maybe dark green color, so I think it'll grow in about the same or maybe a little bit darker, but we'll see. She has definitely been cooing and smiling a lot. She sometimes tells us little stories. I tried to get one of her stories on video, but as soon as I pulled out the camera, she would always stop. So maybe I'll get one of those for next month. She's been smiling at me a lot more. She is very expressive, especially when my parents come over and one of them is holding her. She just makes all kinds of faces. It's pretty adorable. She's starting to get a little bit better about being in places other than my arms. She still, of course, loves to be held very much, and I love holding her, but I will tell you, when you are pretty much nonstop holding a baby, sometimes you just need to get some stuff done for yourself. So I'm glad that she's getting a little bit better. Sometimes I put her in the swing. She also really likes the travel bed as long as she can see someone. I actually did a whole video review on the travel bed, so check that out if you're interested. I'll put a link to it. So for a while, it was really hard to do laundry. I would either have to have my mom help me or like fold it on the weekends when my husband could hold her, or he would fold the laundry for me. But with her being okay in that travel bed and seeing me, I can fold the laundry while she is in there. So that's been super helpful. She also really likes to be kind of propped up in a sitting position. So sometimes I prop her up in the boppy, but when she's propped up in the boppy, I stay right next to her because I don't want her rolling off or getting uncomfortable. So that's definitely not a place that I leave her in for very long, just for maybe a minute or two at a time. She started really putting her fists into her mouth and sucking on her hand. I've tried giving her a pacifier as well as my other members of my family, but she just immediately spits it out or even gags on it. Dominic also never really loved the pacifier, but he would at least take it sometimes, especially like if my mom or sister was watching him, but he never really loved it. I guess that's one thing that I don't have to take away from her later, but it would be nice if we had more things that could soothe her. Lately, she has been really good with her baths. I was worried because for a couple months there, she would cry every time I gave her a bath. But I think I've gotten really good at getting the temperature just right, so she gets pretty relaxed and is starting to, I think, enjoy her baths and at least isn't screaming through them anymore. She still has a mild case of cradle cap, but it's not too bad, so not anything to worry about right now. That's about everything that's new with Elena, so I'll move on to my postpartum updates now. So I'm 3 months postpartum. The big new thing is I am starting to have the postpartum hair loss. I was taking a shower the other day, and every time I ran my hand through my hair, I just got big clumps of it. That's what happened with Dominic as well, about the same time, and I had the hair loss for probably about 2 months with him, so I expect it'll be about the same. When you're pregnant, you don't lose very much hair, and then the first couple months after, so you have almost a whole year of not really losing any hair, so then you're gonna have a lot that comes out, and your hair might get a little funky and thin in spots, but it'll grow back eventually. If you watched my pregnancy updates, you might remember that I had really crazy varicose veins all over my legs and feet. Those have gotten much, much better. I still have some on my feet, but the ones on my legs are almost completely gone. Here's a comparison of what it looked like when I was pregnant versus now. Now that I'm 3 months postpartum, I'm starting to get a little bit more serious about getting back to my pre-pregnancy weight and getting back in shape. I don't usually eat a whole lot in the morning. I've never been a big morning eater. So usually I'll eat my breakfast no earlier than like 11, so it's almost more of a lunch. Here's what I've been eating lately. They say that oatmeal is a really good thing to eat to help boost your milk production, so I eat oatmeal most days. I have it with some cream, and the fat helps boost my satiety so I don't get hungry too soon after, and also makes it delicious and creamy. I put a little bit of brown sugar because, let's face it, plain oatmeal is pretty much disgusting. And I also put some fresh fruit on top, usually strawberries and blueberries, because those are relatively easy to find year-round and not super expensive and pretty delicious. I love blueberries and strawberries. Dominic does as well. He usually eats the same breakfast that I do. I just make a double portion, and then that's pretty easy to have the same breakfast for both of us. I have a hard time eating a lot of meat, and it can be hard for me to get enough protein in during the day. So recently I've been incorporating 310 shakes into my day. They are organic, vegan, keto-friendly protein shakes. Here's the one that I made today. It was kind of like a chocolate-covered strawberry type thing. I made it as more of an afternoon snack to help get me through to dinner. If I was making it as a full meal, I would add a couple extra ingredients, like maybe some peanut butter, cashew butter, or some chia seeds or flax seeds to help it make it a little bit more of a meal. But I had this at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so I didn't need it to be super big. I'm going to use 1 serving of the chocolate shake protein powder, about half a cup of strawberries, about half a cup of yogurt, and some milk. The yogurt is plain and unsweetened, one of my homemade yogurts. And a couple ice cubes. Check out my link in the description for 15% off your order at 310 Nutrition. I've lost about 3 more pounds since my last update. My goal is to lose around 20 more pounds to get back to about where I was pre-pregnancy. I should be able to get back to my pre-pregnancy weight around 8 or 9 months postpartum. I think I was right about 8 months postpartum with Dominic. For me, it's also not just about the number on the scale. I want to be in good shape and be strong as well. My husband and kids and I go on a walk pretty much every day that it's decent outside. We are going to rejoin the YMCA, and I plan on doing the strength classes that I used to do when I was postpartum with Dominic, and I loved those, loved getting strong, loved getting in shape. She was really ready for her nap. She's been sleeping this whole time. She loves it when I hold her, that's for sure. Here's how my belly is looking 3 months postpartum. Definitely still have some saggy skin, but that's just what happens. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe.